Alright guys, welcome back to Sport Court. We have made it almost all the way through the second week of Wimbledon, and as promised, I'm going to recap and show you what I've got on my bracket right now. And I'm just going to tell you right now, regardless of what I'm about to show you, Wimbledon always does a stellar job with their tournament. So if you're watching this, please give them a round of applause. Yeah, and let's get started. Okay guys, so this is what we're looking at right now. I don't even have to scroll really because anyway, so just take a look column by column. We have, excuse me, the quarterfinal, semifinal. The final is tomorrow. I'll tell you my plan for that here in a little bit. And as you can see, my, from all the way back in the beginning of the tournament, my champion has had to change. Yeah. So, and yeah, I don't really like having to talk about it because yesterday was a little bit painful. But anyway, so, quarterfinals, yeah, things, yeah, did pretty well there, just missed a few. Yeah. The person you're going to want to watch coming up in these tournaments in the future and also in the final coming up tomorrow is Barbora Krejcikova. I'm pretty sure I just said her name right. I hope I did. But she played amazingly yesterday, and it was so heartbreaking watching Elena Rybakina, being a Rybakina fan. It was so heartbreaking watching her crumble like that. I don't think I've seen her crumble on that level before. It was wild. And she was the favorite to win the whole tournament and everything like that. So again, we're not going to spend too much time on that just because I'm still trying to get over it. But as you can see, Paolini made the final, which was a correct move on my part. Yeah, she's in the final, and I do think she can win this one. She can beat Krejcikova, although, again, keep your eyes and minds open for Krejcikova in the tournaments to come, which we are about to discuss here in a second. Okay, so before I get to the final preview, goodness, I'm sorry about that. But before I get to the final preview, the final between Krejcikova and Paolini, I do want to tease some major upcoming tournaments. Obviously, everyone in the world knows that the Olympics are coming up in just a couple of weeks, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Of course, there will be some less super major tournaments like Toronto and DC and things like that coming up between, and even some a little bit during the Olympics. But between that, the Olympics and the U.S. Open, we got Toronto, we got other tournaments coming up. But also keep your eyes peeled for the U.S. Open. That's our next Grand Slam, and it's our last Grand Slam of the year. So, I'm sorry, my ADHD is, again, I'm very bothered by what happened yesterday, so it might be affecting what's coming out of my mouth right now. But anyway, so just keep your eyes peeled for those tournaments, and now we're going to move on to the final preview for Paolini and Krejcikova. Alright, so first finalist in Wimbledon 2024 is Jasmine Paolini. She battled yesterday from one set down to make it to the finals. It was quite a match. It could be match of the year, honestly. It was against Donna Vekic. Vekic has fought her way into this position as well, but Paolini just kept turning on the gas pedal towards the end there, especially. So She is the current world number 7. She is 7th ranked in the tournament, and she is looking for her first Grand Slam title. Excuse me. She, if you remember, was a finalist at the French Open, our last Grand Slam that we covered, and she is the first woman since 2016 to make the final of both the French Open and Wimbledon in the same season. The last person to do it, very familiar name, Serena Williams. Jasmine also is the first Italian woman to make the finals at Wimbledon. So there's a lot riding on her winning this tournament right now. So she is going to come out swinging and fighting. Just be prepared for that. And let's move on to Krejcikova. Oh, and I do want to add, actually, before we do that, that Paolini was shot up to world number 7 after the French Open. So I was going to tell you that and I forgot. Sorry about that. So that's one more thing. Now let's move on to Krejcikova. Alright, the stakes could not be higher for Barbora Krejcikova from the Czech Republic. She is in very good company with other players, including Karolina Pliskova from the Czech Republic, that have made the Wimbledon final. But she has had a very rough year leading up to Wimbledon. She only won 7 matches prior to coming to Wimbledon, and suddenly found her game on grass. Yesterday, again, don't want to talk about it too much, but we kind of have to. Yesterday against Elena Rybakina, she was outplayed in the first set and then turned it completely around in the second and third. Yeah, so there was that. She is ranked 31 here at the tournament. I think she has a similar ranking in the world. Again, sorry, sisters in the background. Yeah, so she's from the Czech Republic. And, yeah, so that is her, criteria. I don't know what I'm talking about. Credentials, well, that's what I meant to say. Anyways, so, Barbora Krejcikova. Oh yeah, one more thing to note too is that Barbara did win the French Open in 2021. So that's there. These two both have the French Open final in common. So it's going to be a matter of who can get on the gas pedal, and stay on it for the entire match. Okay guys, so plans for tomorrow. Am I going to be able to live stream this final? Absolutely not. I'm so sorry. I've got a church service that I'm going to be at. I have to be at the church at 9 o'clock in the morning. I believe typically the match starts around 8 a.m. Or my time, but I only have really half an hour in between because I have to leave the house at 8:30. The church is 30 minutes away, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the match, and then I'm going to try to stay extremely disconnected from it. So my phone's going to be off, no social media, and I'm going to try to stay away from like any news or anything like that, so that I do not spoil the match for myself. Y'all are going to get the real reaction when I get back from the service. So there's that. So I will react to it, and it'll be similar to when I reacted, I believe, to the Rome final. So it'll be the same idea, because I'll have to fast forward through commercials and things like that. But I hope you enjoyed that one. that other video, the Rome video, because it's going to be pretty much exactly like that. So just be prepared for that. Let's see, anything else other than that? I don't think so. I think we covered what we needed to, including the shock elimination of Elena Rybakina. That's still heartbreaking. Anyway, but yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you can tune into the final live, do it. I think it'll start at like 8 a.m. Central Time, which whatever time that is for you, you know, just follow that. And yeah, it's been a great tournament. Stay tuned for other tournaments like DC, Toronto, the Olympics, and of course the US Open coming up within the next month. So, alright, we'll see you guys later. Bye.